It's this one right here.
The other thing is that thing for Tom Hodgson.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do Harry first, and then Tom, bring him up, and then have me. I just want to throw it in Suburban. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe how long until we start? Critter, hang on.
Depends on you. I mean.
I'll get this out.
Sound. Good quality? How about if it's kind of over here? Still good? All right, cool.
We're vulnerable to maybe getting cornhole a little bit. Not like totally, but we're just a little exposed.
You know how many roughly how many people were there last night?
Well, I'm guessing there was 300 something. They sold I think, probably 75 tickets to be sold.
Bring it back there?
Huh?
Bring it back there?
Didn't get ready to get that one There's race 4 right there.
Is this the front row seat? This line right here.
Yeah, make the line. There you go.
Make it with 3 guys. Make it with a 6. Here.
Todd Haynes. Todd Haynes. H-A-I-N-E-S. And he's that's Petey's capsule.
What again?
Huh?
What again?
Then co-chair. Co-dash chair.
And do the hand symbol.
And you,
Yep. Had you paid more attention in school, you'd know what that is.
Yeah, he is. But you can't go up. Yeah, he can. Wait. Thomas, that's not true. Kind of. He's part of the team. Jimmy, you can't go past this down. Jimmy, you can't go past this.
It's gonna be you and Totsy.
yeah, it's going clean first. Clean first. He's gonna bring me in. You don't really have to. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So it'll be him first, and then me, then Todd.
Oh, and me too.
No. John, Peter,
But the stick's right here.
Use Evan's dentist.
Evan's dentist.
Yeah, dentist for the last one. You got a pen on you?
No, just Alan Block.
You guys are far enough away.
Hey, hey, dog.
Right.
Pet it, pet it, pet it, pet it. Hey, check one.
All right, folks, A-Scow National Championship Fleet. We're all going to have to talk a little loud up here because we don't have a PA, but we are live. And we've been live all week. You guys will be able to go back and watch these races such as they were. They might not be the most nail-bitingly exciting stuff, but you'll be able to go watch back through. And at times, when we get close enough, you can even have a look at yourself and critique yourself. And it's fairly interesting stuff for 20 minutes at a time. We had sort of strangely, and this is the first Scow Regatta ever to be broadcast on the web, but strangely we had over 1,000 IPs look in today, even though the racing was not all that interesting. So the numbers are there, and people really like this stuff. And even right now we've got 50, 60 people watching the award ceremony. You can go back and watch all of it on Facebook, okay? And it's Facebook A-Scow Nationals. There's also a whole bunch of photo galleries. A lot of you guys have seen them already, but Mayor took a lot of pictures and put them all up for you. They're obviously yours to do with what you want with credit, but Mayor will also have a gallery up for you guys if you want to buy prints. Again, I don't know it's the most exciting shots in the world, but it sure was pretty out there without any power boats to mess it up for us all. So thanks for welcoming me back, and it's been a real pleasure to be here. The one thing I want to ask you guys to do for us, those of you who are on Facebook, which I assume is 95% of you, look at your pictures, tag them, share them. There's some really good stuff in there. And every time you tag or share something, you know, everyone that you know is going to see that. So it actually is a really great way to grow the fleet and get people who have boats excited and get people who are thinking about boats excited about possibly getting into the fleet. Obviously, you know, it's amazing racing, and it's been a pleasure to be here. I'm going to hand it off to Petey now to go through the business of giving out awards and stuff, man. Petey?
Thanks for coming, man. Third time back doing A-boats with this guy right here.
Awesome stuff.
We figured out today that he has been back twice. He sailed 2 times, and now he did the media for it. So
the sailing is slightly more fun, I have to say, but this week I was okay being on the media boat.
Right on. Well, perfect. We'll get to work. Yeah. All right. I just want to thank a couple key people that helped put it all together. We had Tammy Fiola, who got housing sorted for the people that requested it. I had Thorne Turner helped with the haul in, or the in and out. And Cuppy and Melvin kind of helped putting boats at docks, because obviously with the high water situation, we ran into a lot of problems, had to move some things around. There was a bog floating around that was knocking in between 2 docks that we had kind of pegged. So it was kind of, you know, moving target for us, but I think we pulled it off. The sponsors I want to thank. Obviously, we can't put on these events without them. We can't have, you know, endless supply of booze. I can't make 7 trips to the liquor store last night if we don't have sponsors that are paying for that trip. So just want to say thank you to a couple people, obviously. Jaguar Land Rover, they stepped up, you know. Too bad they didn't give us cars for everybody. We tried to negotiate that, but they were not having it. Then we have Great Clips. Dave was out with us helping out. They gave us a bunch of swag. They're great guys. Go get your haircuts. Great Clips, all you kids, everybody out there. Wixon Jewelers was a sponsor as well. We had Gianni's, and they also catered the food for the Friday party. Sun Sailor, Mahogany Bay, you saw Posh out there. That's a beautiful boat. They kind of gave our VIPs rides, and that's just such a beautiful boat. It's kind of cool to see anyway. Artful Living, Lakeshore Weekly News kind of did a lot of the local media for us and got the local press involved. We had Bell State Bank, Joel Hench's Realty, Pat Hughes and the Agency Trading Company, right? Company, yeah. State Farm, Wayzata Olive and Vinegar, Ameriprise Financial, Excelsior Brewing. We had kegs out last night. That's what they gave us, both parties actually. Regan Investments, Twin Cities Orthopedics, Melgus and North Sales, Ad Spider, Allstate Financial, and Aspire Beverages. They all stepped up, gave us swag, gave us money to be able to put on this whole thing, and we want to thank all those guys. And Tim Brown is the guy that kind of spearheads that, and I've worked with him for 3 regattas now, and he's done a great job. So if you have an event and you want to get some good sponsorship rolling, I suggest calling Tim Brown. And the last person I need to thank who does all of this, and he has for years, is this big guy right next to me. And so I'm going to hand it off to Todd Haynes. There you go, Todd.
Thank you. And just from me and from the association, thank you all for supporting it and for coming. It's a great event, and you guys are what makes it great, so thank you for that. We have a special award that we give out once in a while when we feel that somebody is really deserves it. And originally it was called the Rock Award, and the first time it was presented was here in 2007, and we presented it to Buddy Melgus. Since then it's been presented to various people in our fleet. We tend to give it to, we always only give it to people we feel have contributed greatly to the fabric of what A-Scowing is about. This year's recipient is Harry Allen. Harry, come up here.
Thank you, guys.
You bet.
All right, there you go.
You can put it in the box, too. Speech?
It's just an honor being with all this group of great sailors and the history involved and the guys that put in the work, the volunteers, the judges, the fact that Sailing Anarchy's here and Petey and great competitors. We're happy we're on the same water and starting line with them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Harry.
Everybody, when you come up for your award, stop because we're going to take a picture. So just kind of give us a little moment.
Just grab that. Thank you.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. Go get that next box over there for
Tom.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Oh, wait,
Say suck it in. You have to say suck it in.
In or out?
Like friends.
One of my best friends.
All right. Next up, I want to introduce our PRO. Before I do, I just want to say how pleased I was when Tom agreed to do this event. He does it out of the kindness of his heart, and we're thankful. Come on up, Tom. And we have a little commemorative gift for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's very nice.
It's I appreciate this very much. I'll accept this on behalf of my great committee. As you saw all weekend long, it takes a village sometimes to get it right, and you even proved on Friday that it takes a big village, and it's maybe not all bad that sometimes the inmates run the asylum, and that's perfectly okay. But I want to shout out a big thank you to our signal boat crew, Blake and Nancy Middleton, Peter Watson, Alec Englander, our Marquette people, Jared Silverman and Josh Bone, John Rinaldi. Our port end was the Ferguson family, David, Lucy, Addie, and John, plus Pat Hutner. On board with me was Bill Barnett, Ben Perro, and boat five kind of covering everything, reading the wind, Pat Fleming. Great crew. I thank them very much for their work and their patience.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. We got a box for that if you want to.
Thank you.
All right, we'll start with, since we're a close-knit group and since I feel everyone here is a very talented sailor and racer, because these are probably one of the more difficult boats to race, and then the next step is to race them really well. So I want to start at 20th place. They're not here because they lost their halyard this morning and didn't sail our races, but they ended in 20th place. So thank you guys. In 19th place, oh, I'm sorry, boozing. I thought it was obvious. You guys probably all think it was the halyard. I'll find out the real scoop when we're home. Yeah. In 19th place, from Oshkosh, J25, Thomas Castle. And 18th place, M64, Jonathan McDonough. In 17th place, W88, Larry Pardee. In 16th place, W28, Ken Brown. And in 15th place, J5, Bill Wyman. 14th place, M10, Jack, who's Jack Strothman? In 13th place, my boat, 999. 12th place, our association's Commodore, Lee Allness. In 11th place, Chuck Lamphere, I-96. And in 10th place, the amazing team. Come on up here, guys. Carl's in.
This is my youngest crew, Heidi.
He was on the A-boat at last year's Nationals, unbeknownst, but he was there.
This is your second Nationals. And Hans and Amy, and Hans steered a great race this morning. So we had a good regatta, and we appreciate all of you guys driving up here. That's terrific. We look forward to seeing you in a month, all right?
Thank you, guys, and I got your.
Thanks, Todd.
You bet. Thank you.
PD picture?
All right. Well, the pictures are taking. I'll announce the next. In ninth place, the V57, Jimmy Glick and his boat, Brian Hankey. You bet. Nice regatta.
Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody here at Minnetonka. It was a blast coming up. Always fun sailing out here. All the sponsors for putting all the money in to make it happen. We appreciate that. My crew who did an awesome job out there and put up with me. Thanks to you guys. And our owner, Brian Hinkey, for letting us take the boat. It was a blast.
Thank you. We got trophies for you over there.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, time. Wait, let's take a picture real quick. Come back over here.
Okay. Photo op.
Get together. Pretend you like each other.
Liquor.
Drink more. Lick beer.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, and in eighth place, Team Shady Lady, Harry Allen and group.
Well, I've got some of my crew here, and as everybody says, it's the crew that makes it work. I just try and steer under my crew, and they try to make me look good. And thanks again to the organizers, Todd for being in charge of this, Pat Hughes, the Yacht Club, all the other competitors that make this so much fun. PD, I kind of grew up with PD, so nice to see him back here. And my future crew here, my granddaughter, Lucy. And T. Cody.
Hey.
The rest of the crew had.
Thank you. And in seventh place, Joel Roning's boat, sort of helmed half by Joel Roning and half by the doctor. M4, coming up here, guys. Way to go, Thorn.
Little attrition here. Team was Joel Ronning on Friday with Mark Christensen on the main, Gavin McLean-Potts on the kite, Mike Fay in number 2 spot and George Hance on the jib, and then Joel's gone Saturday and Sunday, so Doctor moved back to steer and I filled in on the main. So thank you to Todd, and of course all the sponsors that make it possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I also,
By the way, 6 through 10 also gets a case of beer, so don't leave. And if you leave it here, I'm taking it. So that's
Okay, we're not saying anything about that, right?
one last thing, I just personally want to thank Thorn. He's housing us, and he's been a great host. Thank you, Thorn, for that. All right. Let's see. Moving on. In sixth place, I guess they start in the beer section. Team Cosmic Warrior, Rob Evans and group. Come on up. You're in the beer.
Thanks, man.
You bet. It doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, it's
I'd
okay.
like to thank my crew. They did a great job as always. I got Matt Hansen, Charlie Hurd, Dugan Buffington, brother Jeff, Terry Foster, and Paul Keppel was our 7th. And we had a fantastic time. It's great to have you guys up here, and we'll see you at Oshkosh in about a month.
You bet.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks.
All right. In 5th place, Team M8, Judson Dayton's boat, helmed by Tom Burton and team. Come on up, guys.
First of all, I'd like to thank Judd Dayton for allowing us to sail his boat when he was out of town, so that was delightful to be able to do that. We don't have our whole crew here, but my farthest right is Corey Fleming and Chris Thompson. On the jib was David Chute replacing Judd Dayton. Richie Anderson was all there, and Kevin Caulfield. And we had Colin Thompson as our 7th, but unfortunately he didn't get to have any time on the boat. Thank you again, all the volunteers, competitors. We had a delightful time. It was a great time.
Thank you, Tom. And in 4th place, Madcap, Tom Freitag and team. Come on up.
Thanks, Tom.
You bet.
Team Fireball. I'd like to thank the Minnetonka Yacht Club, Pat Hughes particularly, and his whole crew over there. Very, very kind, very hospitable, you know, just inviting us over all the time, bratwurst, cheeseburgers, fed the crew, took care of us, got us housing. Colleen Ryan's house was spectacular for us. A couple of the crews used that place, but thanks to Tom Hodgson. Difficult conditions, but you got it in. It was interesting to see the wind turn off so often after a couple of boats finished. That was always a challenge, but I want to introduce my crew. Colin Rowe pulls the jib. Nathan, my son, sits 2nd. Dylan, my son, pulls kite. Mac 6 sits 4th. Griffin Rolander pulls the mainsail. So we'd like to all challenge you to sit-up contest afterwards. We definitely have the best abs, present company accepted. But so afterwards, we're going to do a sit-up contest, and I think we're going to win that by a mile. So thanks for everyone.
All right. In 3rd place. Yep.
Fireball!
All right. All right. In 3rd place, M2, Tom Dennis, and our good friend at Katak, who, yeah, I'm sorry, John Dennis and Tom Vigbert. Verbert, sorry. He was also kind enough to organize our Katak things on the boat this weekend, so thank you for that. Yep. And they also won, let's see, race number 3.
Well, first of all, when it all comes together like today, that race, that's just, it's so fantastic. It's such a great feeling in the A-boat, and we're really thankful for that. Ben Burgum trims the gym, Danielle Lindemann, Jeff Solom, Tom Verber, and Steve Rickman, who's not here, I think. And then one more thing, I just really want to thank Angie, because I really always wanted to show off. Mrs. Eloise. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. To being shy.
Thanks, JD. Nice regatta.
You guys got a lot of loot.
Good.
Wait, Katie, let's get a picture.
Picture first?
Picture
Take your
first.
picture.
Picture first.
Sun's coming out. Come on.
Thanks.
All right. This whole
Go, Ben.
row is yours.
Wait, there's photographic evidence.
That whole row is yours right here. The third place row, and then we got 2 rows here for you guys.
You know, I didn't.
They do it again?
Anybody that's been in the silver category, come up afterwards and collect it. I also would like to collect a signature so that we know who has it and for next year. All right, in second place, our good friend Melvin, Pat Hughes and team, come on up. They also win the one race won.
Oh my gosh, you guys are a big crew. Whoa.
Just for recording.
Well, thanks everybody for a great weekend. I thought it was exceptionally run. I thought that Petey did a great job with all the events. I want to pay special. I thought Tommy did a great job. I think it's interesting when you listen to the names that were on his race committee crew. I mean, Bill Barnett's won a ton of things around here. Blake Middleton's run a bunch of things. It's great to have Ferg back. Ferg, you were a big help, and I appreciate you being around. We got the same bunch around. Tony Jewett pulls the jib. Nice to have Sam Rogers on the boat. Sam stepped in this year. Chris Andert, from who's been around us forever, is living in Florida, and he was back with his kids. Cuppy and Harry was on with us. We had a great time. We have a lot of sevenths. RJ's the official seventh, but we've got a lot of sevens here. So thanks everybody for a great event, and thanks to the race committee, and Todd especially thanks to you.
Thanks. Thank you, Pat.
Hey guys, let's get some pictures. Picture, guys. Get together a picture.
What a great looking crew. Look how white Sammy's teeth are.
There were the trophies.
Eating those strips, huh?
Dad, your trophies. Dad.
All right. And in first place, Vincent Porter and team, and I'm sure he'll thank his boat owner, John Anderson. Come on up here, guys. Way to go, man. Thanks.
Get in here. Thank you to all the volunteers. There were a bunch of families that housed us. Everyone here is always so generous, and we obviously love coming here. Thanks to Petey Crawford and the Sailing Anarchy guys, all his friends. Thank you to the race committee. I agree there are a lot of great sailors out there. It was fun to see all those faces, and I recognize those were not easy conditions. I think you got the perfect amount of races in. But thanks to this crew. These guys have sailed together for a long time, which is why we're pretty good despite just starting a couple years ago. Ryan Fitzgerald, who, thank God, got on the radio on Friday and encouraged people to sail again. That worked out well for us. Dave Navin, Junior, and Greg Gifford. It's so much fun to win with these guys. We have so much respect for all the good sailors that are on all the boats here. And so it's a great feeling to win. And last but not least, thanks to our owner, who's not here, John Anderson, who's probably back in Lake Geneva. This guy is just so generous. He's the only reason we're here doing this. Lets us use his boat. And so we love doing it, and we'll hopefully see you at the inlands at Oshkosh.
Great, thank you. So thank you all for coming. Next year's Nationals will be at Green Lake.
If we could have the top 3 skippers back up here just for a photo op, I would appreciate it. If they're not gone.
Where's JD? Is JD gone? Oh, there he is. Done. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Nicely done.